Hello again everybody, this is Gusto. I have another review today. I took a quick poll on Facebook asking which item I should review today, and that item will be the Food Packet Long Range Patrol Menu Number 4 Chicken a la King, and this is from 1998. So the Food Packet Long Range Patrol is a light ration as far as weight goes. It has a freeze-dried entree and then several components that are more typical of standard MREs. And this is a 1998 package, and you'll notice that the Warnock Company was still located in McAllen, Texas at that time. Now it's in Cincinnati. A couple of the package differences that you'll see in this generation of the Long Range Patrol ration. Just the style of printing. This is kind of a repeating text on the same color packaging, the same material packaging. It doesn't have the standard front where it's Food Packet, Long Range Patrol, and then the menu that's basically an individualized package. It's just kind of a repeating text over and over on multiple packets. And you also notice that it doesn't have a peelable seal, it has a tear notch instead. And I don't know the contents of this other than the main item, so we'll find out together. Let's get to open it up. These tear notches are usually pretty troublesome, so you'll easily tear it to about this far, and then you have to use a knife to get the rest of it open. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so there's the contents. Okay, so we have the main item. This is chicken a la king and noodles, cooked dehydrated. And there's the ingredients. You'll notice this is a different style package than the LRP entree that I showed you before on the last review, which was the chili with macaroni. This is a bigger pouch, and it has cardboard liners in there to prevent pinholes on the front and back, and it actually has a device on that cardboard liner to seal up the pouch. This is made by Oregon Freeze Dry, the modern supplier of the freeze-dried rations. It also makes Mountain House. Yes, we have an oatmeal cookie, chocolate covered. Beverage base powder, orange fortified. Candy 5, don't know what that is. And an accessory packet. You'll notice on there the date code for the accessory packet is 8338, which is the 338th day of 2008. Standard MRE spoon. Let's go ahead and open that accessory packet. It contains a red Taster's Choice. Usually this is full of mold. We'll see. Non-dairy creamer. Salt. Sugar. 2 toilet papers. Matches. And green chiclets. So let's get this stuff all plated up. First things first, we'll start with the main item, which is the chicken a la king with noodles. We'll get this thing open. Usually there is an inner bag inside here that is lined with these cardboard liners to prevent pinholes, and that seems to be the case here. The newer ones don't have that inner bag, the older ones do, so let's get this opened up. And we'll keep the outer bag and stuff the inner bag back inside to keep it hot while it's rehydrating. Alright, so there is the main. That's the bottom. Here is the inner bag. Get this cardboard out. That's odd. It's got 2 inner bags, so had one inner bag and then a second inner bag. This is the way I've usually seen it, with the cardboard on the bottom, the inner bag folded up on top, and then this usually has a cardboard sitting on top, but this actually had a second bag. That's odd. It's fine with me though, we can make it work. Get that inner bag opened up. This usually should smell like nothing, and that's pretty much it. You can smell a little bit of the spices, but doesn't actually have much scent at all. So there you can see the noodles that are kind of folded up. There's some freeze-dried pieces of chicken and vegetables in there. You can see some mushrooms and carrots and things like that. So we'll get that rehydrated. The preparation instructions on this call for 12 to 14 ounces of hot water. Usually add a little bit less than that, otherwise it's soupy. Give that a little bit of a stir. That was about 10 ounces. Probably add just a little bit more. That's about 12. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Twist it up and put it through the hole in the top card. Snug it all down. And you put it back in the outer bag. That way it stays hot. We'll set that aside for about 5 minutes as it calls for. Meanwhile, we'll get the rest of the items on the tray. This comes with Candy 5, which I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's in decent condition because it doesn't have an inner package. It's a tough package. Oh, it does have an inner package, and it's Skittles. Yeah, there you go. They don't seem to be all stuck together. These look pretty good. The shell is actually a little bit more transparent. The color's a little bit off, so they're showing their age. But they smell normal. Next we have the oatmeal cookie chocolate covered. This is arguably one of the best dessert items, and they always are well preserved. So there you have it, and it's 18 years old and it looks just fine. Shiny chocolate covering on it. Smells like chocolate. Next we'll prepare the beverage. Again, this is orange beverage base powder. If you look at that, it looks pretty granular. So it's definitely showing its age as well. And it's a little sour smelling. Smells kind of like Tang, but it's a little bit on the sour side. It is fortified, and I don't have a list of ingredients, but sometimes that if you look at some of the old stuff that Steve1989 eats, the vitamin B in the items can kind of go sour and have a bad taste in it. That may be what this is. And the orange beverage calls for 12 ounces of water, so we'll go ahead and add that. Has a little fizz to it. It's a little disheartening. Give it a stir. Next we'll investigate that coffee. Like I said, usually the red Taster's Choice is molded, so we'll see what it looks like. Most of this ration is kind of showing its age, so I don't expect this to be very good, but we'll see anyway. It's not all clumped together on feeling it from the outside, so we may have a chance. Ooh, we might be in business. This is the first one that I have seen that is not molded. That is actually just fine. There's not a bit of mold in there. That is remarkable. So typically what you see is that the granules have turned somewhat black and are coated with kind of a whitish green film, and that is pretty standard for the red Taster's Choice, and so this is the first one that I've seen that looks decent. So let's prepare it with a creamer and sugar, some hot water, give it a stir. Okay, so it's been about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll go ahead and get the main entree out onto the tray. It's nice and warm. Take the cardboard off. And there is the rehydrated main entree. That looks pretty good. It smells good too. So let's get that on the tray. Oh. There you go. We'll mix that up and get you some close-ups. So there you go. A lot of pasta. It's kind of this swirly pasta there. You have some chicken chunks and vegetables. It looks like there's some celery and carrots. I saw some mushrooms in there also. It's got a nice scent to it, actually. Got a creamy sauce. Yeah, that looks pretty tasty. So let's get to it. We'll try the main entree first. Let's see if we can get as much of it as possible. Plenty of chicken and pasta and vegetables. Good representation of everything in there. There you go, up close. Looks good. That's actually really good. You can actually taste the vegetables in there. The carrots, you can really pick out that flavor, and celery. And it's a little bit on the salty side, but everything is well reconstituted. The chicken chunks have a nice texture. The pasta is not soggy or mushy or anything like that. It's actually pretty darn tasty. I like it. Next we have some Skittles. Again, these are kind of showing their age. They're a little bit more transparent on the shells, like they've been exposed to a little bit of heat, or they could just be old. But I mean, they're not all stuck together, so that's a good sign. They're a little bit hard and sticky, so definitely showing their age. But they taste like Skittles. They're just very hard to chew. Really hard to chew. Let's give the drink another stir and give it a taste. I use cold water here. Usually using room temperature or warm water in these will make them dissolve a little bit better. But I use cold water because I kind of wanted to cover up the sour flavor of the old vitamins that are in there. So there you go. Looks like Tang. Smells like Tang. Yeah, and it's Tang. Just a little bit sour on the finish, but not bad. Definitely tastes a lot better than it smelled. Next we have the surprise, not molded, red Taster's Choice coffee. That's not bad at all. Not bitter, pretty smooth, tastes like coffee. That'll work just fine. And the Holy Grail dessert. Can't find these very easily anymore. Really just the earlier, really this era LRP. Really this era LRP is kind of the last that you see them. They're becoming rare. So there you go, nice and crunchy still, thick chocolate coating. That's amazing. It's 18 years old and the chocolate is not oxidized at all. So there's some detail up close. You see the oatmeal cookie inside there. Up close texture of the chocolate. That's a great cookie. That's the most crunchy, best textured cookie that I've had of that type, and it tastes perfect, like it was brand new and fresh. That's awesome. So that's that 1998 long range patrol ration chicken a la king. Very pleasing, actually. Again, the Oregon freeze-dried components are top-notch. Those things hold up fantastic as long as the seal is preserved. The components in the main entree, they stand out on their own. The texture of the chicken is excellent. The noodles are not soggy. It's just a great ration. All of those items that I've tasted from that freeze-drying company is just fantastic. So, as always, thanks again for joining me. Thanks to the Facebook Live audience that joined me for this one. For the ration review community, thank you so much for your support and your help in finding these rations and your advice that you've given me along the way. I greatly appreciate it. So until next time, please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.